Let me tell you something. Your future self is watching right now. Not tomorrow, not next week, right now. Every decision you make, every time you hit snooze, every time you say, I'll start later, the future version of you, the one with the dreams, the peace, the success, the freedom, they're watching, they're counting on you. See, we all want a better life, but we forget that the future doesn't arrive by accident. It's built brick by brick, choice by choice, moment by moment, by what you are doing today when nobody's watching. You think it doesn't matter. It does. Every time you choose discipline over job, focus over distraction, growth over comfort, you're showing up for the person you're becoming. You're writing your story in real time. The version of you 5 years from now, they are not hoping for miracles. They are hoping you stop wasting time. They are hoping you stop letting fear make your choices. Because when the future arrives, and it will, the question isn't what did life give me, it's what did I build. So tonight, I want you to imagine something. Close your eyes and see that version, your future self, stronger, wiser, confidence-free. They are standing there watching you saying, don't quit, don't settle, don't stop here. Because they know every sacrifice you make, every late night, every hard choice, all it counts. The question is, are you living today in a way that makes your future self proud? Because if not, it's time to start. Discipline today builds the freedom you crave tomorrow. And that's not just casual line. That's a love of life. Every great life, every success story, every comeback, every transformation, they are all rooted in discipline. People look at the results, the house, the career, the respect, and they think I want that. But they don't see the early mornings when nobody's watching, the sacrifices, the day you show up when motivation doesn't. That's what builds freedom. Freedom isn't handed to you. Freedom is earned through structure, focus, consistency. It's not glamorous. It's quite repetitive work. And yet, that's what separates dreamer from doers. Most people want the rewards, but not the routine. They want success without struggle, growth without discomfort, progress without vision. But life doesn't work that way. Discipline is the bridge that carries you from where you are to where you want to be. It's the invisible force behind every victory. The reason so many people feel stuck isn't because they lack talent. It's because they lack the habits to sustain their goals. See, talent might open the door, but discipline keeps you in the room. Once you build discipline, you stop relying on feelings because feelings are inconsistent. Discipline says, I don't care how I feel. I have a standard to keep. That's how champions are made. Discipline is freedom because it frees you from regret. Think about it. When you live undisciplined, you end up controlled by guilt, by fear, by what ifs. You start saying things like, I should have started earlier, I should have saved more, I should have tried harder. That's the cost of comfort. Every time you choose convenience over consistency, you are borrowing peace from your future self. But when you choose discipline, you are investing in the future. You're saying, I'll do the hard things now so I can live the life I want later. That's what real freedom feels like, the ability to live on your own terms because you paid the price in advance. Discipline also builds confidence. When you keep promises to yourself, you begin to trust yourself. You stop waiting for external validation because you build internal credibility. Every workout you complete, every hour you focus, every day you stay consistent, that's a deposit in your confidence account. You start working differently, you talk differently, you show up with a quiet power that comes from knowing you've done the work. And that's what separates people who wish from people who win. Wishing is emotional, discipline is intentional. There's a misconception that discipline makes life rigid or robotic. But in reality, discipline gives you more freedom than anything else. When you're disciplined with your time, your finances, your health, your mindset, you can control. You are not writing to life, you're directing it. You wake up with purpose instead of panic. You don't need to chase every opportunity because you build a life that attracts the right ones. Discipline doesn't confine you. It liberates you from chaos. It gives you structure and structure gives you peace. The people who live with the most freedom, the entrepreneurs, the athletes, the artists, the leaders, they all live by routines. They know that freedom without discipline turns into destruction. You can't create without order, you can't success without sacrifice. That's the paradox of greatness. The more disciplined you become, the freer you are. When you control your habits stop controlling you. When you master your emotions stop sabotaging you. Discipline gives you power, power over your time, your reaction, your future. Every time you wake up and do the things you said you would do, even when it's inconvenience, you're building momentum. And momentum is everything. Momentum compounds. One disciplined choice leads to another. And before you know it, you're living a life you once only imagined. You stop negotiating with the goals because you realize nobody is coming to save you. Discipline is the responsibility. It's the weapon against laziness, fear, and excuses. You can't build a legacy on good intentions. You build it on consistent execution. Discipline today doesn't just change what your life looks like. It changes who you become. It molds your character. It teaches patience, focus, humility, and strength. It shows you that the process is more valuable than the price. You start to realize that freedom isn't about doing whatever you want whenever you want. Real freedom is having the ability to what needs to be done when it needs to be done. That's what makes you unstoppable because when discipline becomes your lifestyle, success becomes inevitable. Every small decision is a vote for the person you are becoming. Most people underestimate the power of small, consistent choices because they are too busy looking for the big dramatic moments that change everything. But life doesn't transform overnight, it shifts little by little, decision by decision. Every time you choose to wake up when you said you would, to push through when you would to quit. To focus instead of scroll, you are testing a vote for your future self. And those votes add up over time. They shape who you are, what you believe you can do, what kind of life you live. The truth is, your habits are not random. They are the evidence of what you believe about yourself. Think about it. Every action you take reinforces an identity. When you choose to work out, you are saying, I'm someone who takes care of my body. When you choose to learn instead of wisdom, you are saying, I'm someone who values growth. When you choose to follow truth instead of procrastinate, you are saying, I'm someone who honors my words. Every small decision sends a message to your brain about who you are. And the more you repeat those actions, the stronger that identity becomes. Change doesn't happen when you set goals. It happens when you start living like the person who already reached them. That's how transformation begins, not in a single leap, but in a thousand quiet intentional steps. The problem is most people think small choices don't matter. They say it's just one workout, or it's just one day off, it's just one more hour of scrolling. But the truth is, every just one moment compounds in either directions. Every time you choose the easy path, you are voting for comfort over good, and those votes adds up. Just like the good ones do, you don't drift into success, you drift into mediocrity. Success, on the other hand, is built with purpose. It's built by people who understand that progress isn't made in giant leaps. It's made in small, consistent steps that don't by disease. Every small decision you make is a seed. You don't see the harvest right away. That's why most people give up. They want instant result, instant recognition, instant gratification. But growth doesn't work like that. The future rewards the patient, the consistent, the intentional, the one who show up even when it's built like nothing's happening. Something is happening. The roots are forming, the identity is strengthening, the foundation is building. Every time you choose the right thing, even when it's hard, you're becoming someone stronger, sharper, more disciplined. There's no natural in life. Every decision either moves you closer to who you want to be or further from it. That's why it's so important to stay aware of your choices. You might not notice the impact of skipping one small action today, but your future self will. You might not feel the impact of doing one positive thing today, but your future self will thank you for it. It's not the big decision that define us. It's the small ones we make every day when no one's watching. The ones that either reinforce our potential or erode it. So when you are standing at a crossroads, whether to show up, slack off, to focus, give into distraction, to speak up or stay silent, remember you're not just making a choice for now, you're making a choice for who you are becoming. You're testing a foot for your identity. That's how real things sticks. It's not about motivation. It's about repetition. It's about doing what your future self will be proud of, even when it's inconvenient. And here's the truth, your future self doesn't need perfection, they need consistency. They don't need you to do everything right, they need you to keep showing up. Every small positive decision is like placing one more brick on the path to your best self. You won't see the full picture today, but one day you look back and realize every little step matters. The skip distraction, the extra hour, the small act of discipline, those were the moments that built you. Because your life is not built in big wins, it's built in small choices. The ones you make over and over until they become who you are. Your habits shape your destiny long before opportunity arrives. Too many people wait for the big break, the lucky chance, or the perfect timing. But that's not how life works. Opportunity doesn't create success. Habits do. What you daily determines what you are capable of when that opportunity finally shows up. If you are not ready, it will pass you and you call it bad luck. But it's not luck, it's preparation. The truth is, your habits are turning for a race. You don't know you've entered it. When the whistle blows, you don't rise to the occasion, you fall to the delivery of your preparation. And the preparation is built one small decision at the long time long before anyone sees your progress. Every single day, your habits are either building you up or breaking you down. There's no in between. The way you think, the way you react, how you start your morning, how you handle discomfort, all of it is shaping your future before you even realize it. You don't become confident overnight, you become confident through repeated action. You don't become focused in a crisis, you become focused through daily discipline. You don't rise to leadership by accident. You rise because you've been training your mind, you're patient, you work at it long before anyone was watching. The small unseen moments, those quiet choices when no one's clapping, that's where character is built. Habits are the foundation of destiny. You can't drive your way to success. You have to habits the way there. Your dreams might set the direction, but your habits are the engine. They determine how far and how fast you go. If you build habits of consistency, honesty, hard work, and gratitude, you create a future that reflects those values. If your habits are procrastination, excuses, and distraction, your future will reflect it too. The beauty and the challenge of habits is that they work both ways. They don't care what you intend, they only respond what you repeatedly do. The people who seem lucky aren't lucky at all. They prepared. They've been putting in the work behind closed doors long before the opportunity knocked. They've trained themselves to be ready, to respond, to act. Their habits became their preparation and the preparation created their breakthrough. The problem is most people want the rewards of success without the repetition it takes to earn them. They want the big state but skip the daily practice. They want instant result but reject the routine. It's not how destiny works. Destiny is forget and discipline. Habits save your mindset and your mindset save your path. If you build the habit of believing in yourself, taking small steps forward and refusing to quit when it's hard, the energy compounds. It changes how you see the world. You start to recognize opportunities where others see obstacles. You stop doubting and start doing. You stop reacting and start leading. That's what happens when your habit align with your purpose. Your confidence catches up with your calling, and here's the truth. Opportunities are everywhere, but only disciplined people see them. The undisciplined mind overlooks blessings because it's too distracted chasing comfort. But when you live with intention, when you show up daily with the right habits, you create momentum, and momentum attracts opportunity. Life rewards consistency. The people who build great things aren't necessarily the smartest or the most talented. They are the ones who keep showing up day after day, refining their craft, sharpening their edge. Their habits make them unstoppable. You don't get to choose when opportunity comes, but you get to choose whether or not you'll be ready when it does. Every workout, every do not enjoy, every minute of study, every moment of discipline, that's your preparation. You might not see the results now, but your future self will thank you for every moment you decided to keep going. Because habits don't just build skill, they build identity. And once your habits align with your goals, success becomes inevitable. That's the truth. Most people don't want to face. Your future is not waiting for permission, it's waiting for preparation. You don't need the perfect moment, you need consistent movement. You don't need the more motivation, you need mastery over your daily action. The habits you practice today are shaping the person you will be when your chance arrives, and when it does, you won't have to scramble or fake it. You'll be ready because your habits have already written the story your destiny is about to tell. Success doesn't show up in response to preparation. Everyone wants success, but very few are willing to prepare for it. They want the spotlight, but not the grind. They pray for the opportunity, but don't build the discipline to handle it. Success isn't something that appears out of nowhere. It's something you prepare for long before anyone else sees it. The truth is the universe, life, God, whatever you believe in, doesn't hand success to people who whisper it. It hands it to those who are ready. The work you do in silence, the sacrifice you make when nobody's clapping, the discipline you keep when it's uncomfortable. That's what success responds to. Success isn't luck, it's the reflection of your preparation meeting your moment. When you prepare, you're telling life, I'm serious about this. Preparation builds confidence. You don't have to fake it when you've done the work. You walk differently because you know you're ready. You speak differently because you've earned your voice. The reason so many people panic when opportunity comes is because deep down they know they are unprepared. They want the result but skip the reps. They want the promotion but not the practice. They want to lead but haven't learned to follow. Preparation is what gives your dream structure. Without it, even the biggest opportunity will collapse under the weight of your unpreparedness. Success doesn't reward the wasteful, it rewards the worker. Every successful person you admire didn't stumble into their moment. They prepared for it. They showed up when it was inconvenient. They practiced when nobody was watching. They said no to distraction that didn't serve their mission. The hours behind the scene, that's what builds the moment in the spotlight. When you prepare consistently, you are not surprised when success arrives. You are already ready. You don't need to scramble to catch up because you already been training for the opportunity you've prayed for. Preparation makes you powerful. It makes you calm under pressure because you've already been there in your mind 1,000 times. Preparation also builds resilience. When you prepare, you learn to trust the process instead of rushing the outcome. You start to understand that setbacks aren't signs to quit. They are tests of readiness. Every challenge is a rehearsal for something greater. Every failure is feedback, showing you where to grow. Most people see challenges as obstacles, people see them as training. That's the mindset that separates those who succeed one from those who succeed again and again. Success isn't about luck, it's about being so well prepared that luck doesn't matter. If you want success to find you, build habits that prove you can handle it. If you want more opportunities, start mastering what's already in front of you. So many people waiting for the big break, but success doesn't work that way. The big break comes when you've proven through preparation that you can handle bigger responsibilities. Life doesn't give you what you want, it gives you what you are ready for. And readiness isn't built on hope, it's built on habits. It's built on showing up day after day, sharpening your skill, developing your mind, and refusing to settle for good enough. When you prepare, you create a foundation that success can stand on. Without that foundation, opportunity will crush you. You can skip the preparation stage and expect to thrive. It's like planting a tree. The deeper the roots, the stronger it stands when the storm comes. Preparation is those roots. It's unseen but essential. You can see it from the outside, but it's what holds everything together. The people who skip preparation might rise fast, but they fall just as quickly because they never build the strength to sustain success. And let's be real, preparation isn't fun. It's repetitive, it's lonely, it's full of moments where you wonder if it's even worth it. But that's where success is hiding in the quiet, in the unseen, in the hours you spend learning, refining, falling, and trying again. Preparation trains your character to match your calling because success isn't just about skill, it's about who you become while building it. You can lead others if you can lead yourself. You can handle more if you can manage what you already have. So stats respond to preparation because preparation proves you fit. It shows that you are not just hoping for something, you are working for it. It's easy to say you want success. It's harder to live in a way that's earned it. But once you understand that success is attracted to those who are ready, you stop waiting for opportunities and start creating them. You start preparing for what you want even before it's visible because when that moment finally arrives, and it will, you won't need to get ready. You already be ready. The future you want is watching how serious you are right now. Every time you hit snooze, procrastinate, or set up a conference, your future self takes note. They're standing there waiting for you to prove that you're committed to the life you say you want. And make no mistake, they are judging every choice. The future doesn't reward half-hearted effort, empty promises, or excuses. It responds to action, to discipline, to consistent commitment. Every sacrifice you make today, every time you choose growth over this, you're sending a message to the person you'll become. I've got your back. See, the distance between where you are and where you want to be isn't measured in years. It's measured in decision. The late nights you stay disciplined, the mornings you wake early, the moment you choose to push forward instead of giving in, those are the steps that determine the quality of your future life. Your future self doesn't care about what you intend to do, they care what you actually do. You might think small actions don't matter, but the truth is they compound into massive results over time. Every choice you make is like placing another brick in the foundation of the life you're building. Too many people live like the future is optional, like the tomorrow doesn't depend on the effort they put in today. But let me tell you something, it does. Your future self is watching. They are counting on you. Stop giving in to excuses. Stop letting fear and dictate your decision and start showing up consistently. They are counting on you to prove that you are capable of building a life of purpose, confidence, and fulfillment. When you act with intentional, you earn their respect. When you procrastinate or settle for rest, you disappoint them. That might sound harsh, but it's the truth. Your future is a reflection of your present choices, and the person you'll become is already waiting to see if you are serious. Every moment is an opportunity to invest in yourself. Every choice is a vote for the person you want to become. Your future self is waiting to see if you take those votes seriously. Will you show up when it's uncomfortable? Will you stay consistent when no one applauding? Will you push through fear, distraction, and doubt? Because the answer to this question determines whether your future self will stand proud or shake your head in disappointment. You can't feed this process. You can't outsource this. You can only earn it day by day, decision by decision. And here's the thing. Your future self isn't just watching. They are depending on you. They are the version of you who will live with the consequences of today's choices. They will experience the benefits of your discipline or the cost of your neglect. Every time you take a small step forward, you are giving them a gift. Every time you take the easy pathway out, you are stealing from them. That's why the way you live today matters more than any motivational speech, any inspirational quote, or any plan you make for tomorrow. Your future self is built by present action, and they are paying close attention. When you start living with this awareness, something changes. You stop seeking certain comfort. You stop letting fear and laziness control your day. You start acting with the long game in mind, making choices that align with the person you want to be. Discipline stops feeling like a burden and starts feeling like a responsibility, a scared to the person who is already waiting for you. You begin to see that the path to success, fulfillment, and purpose isn't found in lack of motivation. It's found in showing up consistently for yourself, even when no one is watching. Your future self doesn't need perfection. They need consistency. They don't need grand gestures. They need daily action. Every time you harness your commitments, push past excuses, and take the hard road, you are proving that you can be trusted. And trust is everything. Because the life you want, the health, the career, the peace, the love isn't going into your lap. It's going to be earned through the relentless disciplined choices you make today. Your future self is watching. And the question is, are you showing up in a way that makes them proud? Once you truly understand this, every decision becomes purposeful. Every day becomes an opportunity to invest in your future self. You start living like your legacy matters, like your tomorrow depends on your action today. Because it does. And the more consistently you are in alignment with your future self, the stronger, more confident, and more capable that person of you becomes. That's how you build a life worth living. One choice, one habit, one disciplined action at a time. The gap between who you are and who you could be is built with daily choices. Most people focus on the destination, they fixate on the life they want, the success they desire, the recognition they crave, but they underestimate the power of small daily choices that actually determine the outcome. Every morning you wake up and decide to hit snooze, to scroll instead of work, to procrastinate instead of push forward, you are widening that gap. Every time you choose discipline, focus, and effort, you are narrowing it. Your future self is watching those choices closely, and they will either thank you or hold you accountable. You see, greatness isn't built in one big leap, it's built in thousands of consistent intentional steps. Every choice you make is like testing a vote for the person you are becoming. The problem is most people don't take their vote seriously. They let excuses, distraction, and fear dictate their decisions. They say things like, I'll start tomorrow or I'll do better next week, without realizing that the future isn't waiting for them to catch up. The person you could be is ready and waiting, but they need you to show up today. That's why small action matter more than most people think. The act of choosing to be disciplined, to act with intention, and to prioritize growth over comfort compounds over time. These daily choices build habits, habits build character, and character shapes destiny. Think about it like this. Every action you take sends a message to your future self. If you choose to stay focused, your future self becomes capable, strong, and confident. If you choose to give into distraction, your future self struggles with inconsistency, doubt, and regret. The truth is there's no magic switch between where you are now and where you want to be. The bridge is built with daily choices, the kind of most people ignore. That's why the people who achieve extraordinary things aren't necessarily more talented, they are more consistent. They understand that greatness is a marathon of small intentional steps, not a sprint filled by motivation alone. The gap between today and tomorrow is also where accountability lies. Your future self is most important accountability partner you will ever have. They are the version of you that will feel the consequences of your choices. They will live with your regrets if you waste time, and they will enjoy the rewards if you commit to your growth. That awareness changes how you act. Suddenly, hitting snooze doesn't feel trivial. It feels like stealing from someone who deserves better. Ignoring your health, your finances, your personal growth becomes more serious because your future self is depending on you. Living with this perspective transforms procrastination into purpose. Every time you push past discomfort and make the right choice, you are narrowing the gap between who you are and who you want to become. You are proving to yourself that you can be trusted, that you can handle responsibility, and that you are serious about building the life you've ambitioned. And consistency is everything. It's the glue that holds your action, your habits, and your identity together. One day of discipline isn't enough. One day of focus isn't enough. It's the repeated daily decision that create exponential results over time. That's the power of living with intention and accountability to your future self. It will always exist if you allow it. Life will always present distractions, excuses, and temptation to drift toward comfort. But the gap is filled one choice at a time. You decide what to prioritize, certain comfort alone to fulfillment. Every time you say yes to the right thing, you are investing in your future. Every time you say no to the wrong thing, you are protecting that investment. The life you want isn't created in grand gestures. It's created in the consistent, disciplined choices you make when no one is watching. The bridge between now and the life you desire is built with purpose. It's built by showing up even when it's hard, choosing growth when it's inconvenient, and taking responsibility when it's uncomfortable. Your future self is standing there silently watching every move. They are waiting for you to stop procrastinating, to stop doubting, and to start acting like the person you aspire to be. The choices you make today don't just save your life, they save your identity, your confidence, and your ability to handle the opportunities that are coming. And when you finally making those daily intentional choices, the game begins to close. You start showing up for yourself consistently, you start living in alignment with your goals, you start acting in ways that honor the person you want to become. That when transformation happens, not because a single decision changed everything, but because thousands of small intentional choices added up over time to create a life that your future self will be proud.